This is an old Optiplex 3010. It has an i3 3200 processor and 6 gigabytes of RAM. And in today's video, I'm going to be installing Linux on it to see if we can avoid it from becoming e-waste and turn it into something useful. So a couple of weeks ago, I received 3 free computers from Facebook Marketplace. 2 of them were Dell Optiplexes, and one of them was a Dell PowerEdge server. One of the Optiplexes I already converted into a decent little budget gaming PC. The Optiplex 3010, it has an older processor, so I thought it'd be a good candidate for Linux. I'm thinking this could be used as maybe a PC to keep in, a spare office or bedroom in the house. Something just to browse the web. No gaming or anything heavy for this thing. There are a ton of Linux distros to choose from, but today I'm going to try one that I have never tried before, and that's Fedora. Now, before we get started, let's take a quick look at the inside of this Optiplex. So this has a power supply of 240 watts. Like I said earlier, it's got 6 gigabytes of RAM. It has one 4 gig stick and one 2 gig stick. And I'm just going to leave it as is because I really don't want to put any more money into this. It has a mechanical hard drive, and that's the only thing I'm going to be upgrading on this. I am going to be putting in SSD to replace that mechanical hard drive. The i3 3220 is a 2-core, 4-thread processor, so it's pretty low end. I believe it's about 14 years old now. So let's get this old hard drive out of here. If you have ever acquired an old PC like this, one of the best upgrades you could do is get rid of that mechanical hard drive and swap it out with an SSD. Now, normally I would add more RAM to this because only 6 gigabytes of RAM, it's pretty low. But like I said, I'm only going to be using this for simple web browsing, YouTube, and office work. So yeah, this is an old 256 gigabyte WD Blue drive. So I'm just going to put this to the side. And here I have a T-Force 2.5-inch SSD. This only has 256 gigs, but that's completely fine. And we're just going to leave the SSD in there for now. I really should get like a caddy or some double-sided sticky tape. And next step is to flash the Fedora ISO to a USB thumb drive. At the Fedora website, you'll see that there are a ton of different versions you can download. Actually, 4. There's Fedora Workstation, Fedora Desktop. You also have Fedora Server and Fedora IoT. I'm just going to use the Fedora desktop version here. And if you want to know some more info about each version, you could just click Learn More. So here again is the desktop version. So I'm going to go ahead and download this right now. And since I'm using, or my PC has an Intel chip, I'm going to click the one that says for Intel and AMD. All right, now I am going to be using Rufus to create a bootable flash drive that I can insert into the Optiplex and then install it onto the Optiplex's main hard drive, that SSD that I installed. All right, now I have that USB flash drive inserted into the Optiplex. I'm going to go into the one-time boot menu here, and I'm going to choose the USB flash drive or USB storage here. All right, got an issue here. All right, I know what I did. So let me reboot this. So I tried to boot it in legacy mode. So I'm going to just do this again and reboot it using the UEFI boot. There it is. So once I hit this, it should work. All right, there we go. So now I'm just going to click on Start Fedora. I am going to just speed this up just a little bit. All right, we got a little logo here. So hopefully in a few moments, we'll get into the Fedora desktop. All right, there we go. So now I have the option of just testing out Fedora with it just living on the USB flash drive, or I could simply install it onto the 2.5-inch SSD I have inside the Optiplex. So I'm probably just going to go ahead and install it right away onto the 2.5-inch SSD. Before I install it, I'm just going to take a look at the system info here. There we go. And this is just going to give me some info on, the software and the hardware that I'm using. And now I'm just going to click this icon at the top left here that says install to hard disk, and then just follow the prompts and probably take a few minutes to get it completely installed. And on this part, it's basically just asking you if you want to create a partition so you could dual boot, or if you just want to completely install Fedora on the whole hard drive. So I don't want to dual boot, so I'm just going to use the entire disk. All right, installation is complete. So now Fedora is still living on the USB flash drive. I need to reboot this and then remove the USB flash drive. So then Fedora will just be, installed on the 2.5-inch SSD that's inside the Optiplex. All right, so I got Fedora up and running. So now what I'm going to do is open up Firefox and see if I can just browse the web, watch some YouTube videos, stuff like that. All right, so it does look like my display settings are a little off. This is a 1440p screen I'm using right now, but it looks a little stretched. So I'm gonna have to look into that in a minute. All right, but right now let's open up some web pages here. Let's check out NHL.com. I always like these types of web pages, specifically news and sports and stuff like that, because there's just a lot going on with the website. And as you can see, it opened up pretty quickly. Scrolling up and down, no issues whatsoever. All right, now I'm going to open up another tab and let's go to Mets.com. Another page with a lot of stuff going on here. And load time was pretty good. Now let's move on to some YouTube, watch a few videos. Yeah, I got to do something about the display settings because this everything looks stretched out. Like something's off with the display settings. All right, it's in 720p. Let's change it to 1080p. And the video playback just does not seem smooth. Definitely got to check out stats for nerds. Yeah, we're getting drop frame rates here for sure. So I don't know if this is because I don't have much RAM in here. It's only 6 gigs of RAM. Or this just can't handle 1080p. Maybe I should drop this back down to 720p. So there are some system updates. So I'm going to download all the system updates here and hopefully that might fix it. So let's see. All right, I downloaded those updates and rebooted. Now I'm just going to change the display settings here. And yeah, the aspect ratio is 4:3. I'm going to switch this just to, 1920 by 1080p. And after I do this, the stretched out look should be gone. All right, that looks better. All right, so trying video playback again on YouTube and still getting drop frames. So even at the new display option I used. So let's drop this down to 720p. And not as many drop frames, but still a decent amount. So, like I said, I think this could be because of the RAM. So I might have to do a total of 8 gigs or maybe just go up to 16 gigs of RAM. Okay, next thing I wanted to try was, just to view a video that was on my network attached storage device. So here are, all the folders, and I'm just going to play this video right here. And yeah, that worked right away. I didn't have to do any configuration or anything. I went ahead and downloaded Google Chrome and played YouTube inside Google Chrome, and just to see if it would help with the dropped frame rates. And say the drop frame rates weren't as much as in Firefox, but I still was getting them. And the last thing I tried was playing a video on YouTube with the system monitor overview on here, so I could see if I was, maxing out the RAM and just seeing what the CPU was doing. And as you can see, I wasn't really, I'm using over half my memory, but it's still not maxed out. All right, so I'm going to keep playing around with Fedora. I do like the overall look of it. I just need to get smoother video playback in YouTube. If you've used Fedora before, let me know in the comments below. But that's going to do it for this video. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching.